loves it, and it's easy as pressing 2 buttons for me. So.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Alright, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen on Discord. So you offlane, you're probably against. Were you against the Alchemist or the Void?
Let's get Alchemist.
Right.
I don't think I'm looking for a better game.
Well, we can just quickly go over this because you have a few questions about it, and we can find those and answer those, and then go from there.
Okay. How long of a session can we go for? Because I've technically paid for 3 hours, but it's really not set in stone how to break down.
Yeah. Usually with my first sessions, I keep them shorter than my later ones because there's usually like, let's say you started with the wrong item, and then the rest of the game you just can't lane because of it, and then your whole game's basically altered by a small decision that you made. What I would like to do is point out a lot of those small things first in the first like session, which could be like I just had a student that I did 45 minutes with for our first session. I think it was our first session. Yeah, it was. But I only did 45 minutes with him because it was kind of like we got a lot of good little things for him to work on, and then he's going to come back after having processed all of that, and then we can go for longer sessions there. So like, let's say you skipped like Stout Shield or something, and then you play differently. I just tell you to get a Stout Shield, and then we get some more replays in, and then we go from there. The first thing that I want to point out is Quick Buy. It's do you see my screen?
It is. Wait. It is a little bit laggy. I've never done this on Discord. I thought we were just gonna watch replays and sync them up.
Oh no, that this is a lot quicker because I can like skip through and I don't have to be like, all right, go to 30 seconds on 3 minutes and then look at this exact like pebble on the screen or whatever.
It is laggy though for me.
Do you want to try and get
Let me see if I can get my Skype thing working.
Alright, yeah, there's some other shit that I can talk about while we're doing it though. So, like this game or every game basically you should be using your quick buy. And if you control shift click items, you can fill it up. You can have up to 8 components of items in your quick buy at a time. So, like here you could have I think you went Soul Ring. So you could have your wand, your boots, and your soul ring, and what that does is it makes you. The main thing is it makes you think about what your lane is going to be before the lane starts, which allows you to make predictions, and then your predictions can be right or wrong, and then from there you can be like, why was this right? Why was this wrong? And then you can learn from it, which is it's a really good way to get better quickly, and it's just as easy as predicting something and queuing up your quick buy. And then another reason is if you die, you can spend some gold right before you die and you won't lose as much. And I looked at one of my games as a carry and I ended up missing like 3,000 gold because I didn't buy out my stuff, because I didn't get an item at a time because I didn't buy out, and then I died because of it, and then I also couldn't buy out there, and then I didn't get a kill because I didn't have the item, and then I died again, and I missed another 300 gold or whatever. So it can really snowball into you having an extra, like, blink dagger at the end of the game or whatever, just because you use your quick buy. Or you can get your Yasha 10 seconds earlier, and you get it for a fight, and then you get an extra kill, or you escape with the movement speed or something like that. And then the last part of it is when you run to the side shop, you can just buy out your item without having to like fumble around. And then like if you're running away from somebody, you can like buy your boots or buy your wand, and you might be able to just like outrun them because of that. Or you can use the active of the wand and clutch live with like 10 health. Or you get the mana to use your clap, and then they can't run you down, and you save like 300 health. So those 3 reasons are, it makes it so if you're not using your quick buy, you're hurting yourself a lot. Does all that make sense? Yeah. It's just, what else are you going to do in the first minute and a half of a game? You might fight at like the last 30 seconds of that, but you have at the very least, you have 30 seconds when you're running out to the bounty runes that you can do whatever.
Right.
Right.
And a small thing here is when you know that you're not going to be doing anything, you would want your TP scroll in your backpack instead of one of these branches. Or, like, I would probably have the clarity in the backpack because in the next 30 seconds, you're not going to run out of mana. And if you, let's say you die in the next 60 seconds, then your TP would have been up and you could have gone back to your lane. But because you have it in your backpack, the cooldown's twice as long and you might have to walk back to the lane or something. So that's a very minor thing compared to the quick buy, but it's another thing to consider.
Okay.
My Skype is set up.
Alright, we can switch to that.
Are you tact?
Yeah. If you go to my coaching page, you might be able to add me directly through that, or let me type. It could either be, I think it's that, or that, if you want to add me directly on Skype. And then here you do the creep cut, and if you're watching your mini map, you would see that the winter wyvern is coming up to you. So you should have taken. I don't know. Are you watching the screen right now, or are you doing Skype stuff?
Still Skyping.
All right, that's fine.
I added you.
Did you? I don't see it.
It looks like a giant black cock.
Oh, yeah, I don't. I didn't get it. If you, it might be the wrong person. Here, try. Did you try this one? I'm pretty sure that's it. If it's not, if neither of those work, try this. I'm pretty sure it's that first one. 1 sec, I can even. Or you can go to that, and then you can click, there's a add-on Skype button that you click, and it'll add me on there.
Okay. It says you're offline?
Yeah. I have do not disturb on, but I still see, I would see it if you added me. Or, did you already add me?
I just added you. It should say Isaac Lee.
Okay, there we go. Alright, I'll call you there.
Okay.
Alright, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alright. There you go. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Alright. Is this better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, yeah, that's why I usually go with Skype. But what I was saying here is, if you're watching the minimap here, which you're kind of like not really doing too much else, like this doesn't take too much, you would see the winter wyvern is coming up here. So you should have either went this path or this path, and it would accomplish basically the same thing. But you take this path, and then you take like 200 to 300 damage that you didn't have to take. And this is one of those lanes that you don't really like need to be doing this shit because you're the lane isn't very hard, and you're but again, they can't really punish you for it if you did it the correct way. You shouldn't be using your clap just to get a single last hit. You could have got that one without it. Small things though.
Yeah, normally I don't get clapped on, but I thought that OD was going to. I'm hearing echo.
Let me make you quieter. That might do it. Try talking again.
So what happened was I thought OD was going to Astral Alchemist because I didn't know that the range was so small, but shit.
The OD,
he got really close.
He's not in your lane, the OD.
This is at before the rune spawned.
Oh.
So I pulled up clap.
Okay, so you skilled it up earlier. Alright, I got you. Yeah.
And I just wasn't using it for anything really, so I just used it to get a last hit.
Yeah. You said you wanted to go over more of the later game for this.
Yeah, we can do that. We can skip.
Do you remember the times about?
Let's skip to the first. Let's skip till I get to level 6.
Alright.
I tried to kill out at one point here when I think he's level 5 and I'm level 6. So I asked Spirit Breaker to charge him when he shows up, which is right now. And unfortunately Winter Wyvern's there and he gets level 6, so we don't get the kill.
Right. So first thing is you kind of run really far to do this. Like, you could just do it right here, and you want to do this first because it also has a slow. So yeah, you did. But then you like run up here to do it, which takes a second, and now instead of you having done it a second earlier and been right here, you do it a second later and he's all the way over here. So that small thing is actually huge, and now you have to spend a few seconds catching up to him. You do the stun. You should be trying to cyclone this guy, and if you cyclone this guy here, you kill this guy for sure with your right clicks, because this guy wouldn't have got his thing off. Another small thing is this guy's Windwalk has.
I think I used it. Maybe not immediately though.
I don't think you used it at all. But you also didn't use this guy's Windwalk, which is an extra 100 damage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, aside from that, and I don't know if you can you purge that? Oh no, you can't.
So I should have cycloned Winter Wyvern.
Should have cycloned Winter Wyvern and then used the Invis to use the bonus attack on the Alchemist. And you shouldn't have ran up here. You should have just used it here while you were right on top of him. And I'm pretty sure if you did all of that, you would have killed him.
Okay.
Right.
I got tunnel vision and I didn't see the Winter Wyvern until it was too late. So
yeah,
maybe I could have bought myself a ward there.
I got you. Well, the bigger thing on that is just doing what you need to do to not tunnel vision, and usually that's just predicting what you want to do and what's going to stop you from doing it. And what you want to do is kill the Alchemist. What's going to stop you from doing that is the Winter Wyvern cold embracing him. So if you understand that that's the only way that it stops it, then you'll be more likely to play around that happening. Was there another point that you wanted me to look at here?
let's skip to level 12.
Alright.
I played the next few fights better, not the best. Wait, okay, I know the score when I got my first death. It was 6, I was 6-0 and 5.
Do you want me to look at your first death?
Yes.
Alright. So it should be soonish. Right? Alright, you died a few minutes ago, I guess. Alright, there you go. And when I jump through like this, it's kind of hard because I don't know what the game situation is like. Like, I don't have any feel for it. So I might have to...
Okay, the way I thought this game was going to play out was not exactly how it did play out. So I know that Faceless Void is in the offlane, and if he was actually playing the game seriously, he wouldn't have built Battle Fury, and he would have built something like Shadow Blade, Mask of Madness, and try and kill AM with CM on a regular basis, but that's not what he did. So the game was actually a little bit easier than I thought it would be. Just because everyone, our team was, like, AM was farming easily and not getting killed.
Yeah.
So, we were just trying to take as many fights as possible, but AM, he was farming okay, I guess, but he wasn't actually doing AM things in my sight.
So, one thing I want to point out is, if you can Cyclone this guy during his chrono, that's huge. Like,
I don't think I get it off immediate.
I think you get it off after the chrono's over. Like, you have all of this time to do it, and then, yeah, at the very last, you do it.
So, I should prioritize the Cyclone before the stun?
You should, it's just kind of like, you have to think about how a fight is going to go and what you can do about it. And your Cyclone, the best use of this, would you agree, is making this guy waste his ult, right?
Yes, I agree.
Aside from that, it's like maybe stopping Freezing Field or this guy's ult. That might be better. If you don't have a stun to throw on this guy and he's Yule's comboing like your OD or something, that might be a better use of Cyclone because that's going to one-shot people.
Right.
But this is the most consistently high impact thing you can do, is Cyclone this guy when he chronos. And that's something you have to think about. How are the team fights going to run out or play out? It's going to be Winter's probably going to ult somebody. Hopefully they don't die. Void's going to chrono, and then Alchemist is going to run around and like punch people, and SF is going to try and Yule's combo people. Aside from that, you don't really worry about too much. CM can ult, but whatever. And then it's kind of like, what can you do about all that? You have a stun and a Cyclone for this guy trying to combo any of your important heroes. This guy's just gonna like fucking run around, so you're not too worried about that. You can even like if you haze, if you drunken haze the Alchemist or the Void, that's also huge, like right before you ult. But aside from that, the biggest impact thing is, again, just cycloning this guy when he uses his Chronosphere. And if you did that here, all of this would be wasted, and then he'd be up. And he would be berserked, and then you can just kill him here. because he's in the middle of your AM's here, your OD is here, your Bane is here, his Chrono just ended, you dispel him here, he still has his Berserk on, you guys just murder him. But you go in deep and try and like stop the Crystal Maiden from ulting the rest of your pandas, which doesn't really make too much sense. So here, you could have... Your Bane would be at full health right now, this Void would be dead, and you would be alive if you played the fight correctly. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And that's just, again, looking at what the fights are gonna be like, and what you can do about it. Did you have another one you wanted to look at before we go to the loss?
Let's go to the next fight. That's also around mid. I don't know what the exact time is.
It's fine. We can just speed up.
So, Soul Ring phase boots. What are your thoughts right here?
The thing is, I don't play Brewmaster too much. See, here you go. This is exactly what I was talking about. He fucking chronos and he doesn't do anything with it just because you cycloned him. Like, look at how much different this fight's gonna go. Like, he stops your Bane ult, but like, he doesn't do anything with his chrono aside from that. And then she doesn't do anything, he doesn't do anything. The fight goes a lot better. I think your OD ends up dying anyways, but you see how much more impact you had just by using that Cyclone there at that time?
Yes.
Yes. And then here, yeah, there you go, you use your haze. Yeah, you guys shit on him this fight. Right. Feels bad.
So, yeah, I just shouldn't have done that. Stuff just kills me.
Yeah, your Bane almost saves you. And it's just kind of like you're probably not going to kill him. So it's pretty risky to go on him when he has his ult. And there's not too much more to say about that. Did you have another spot? Because I'd rather go to the loss and watch it all the way through. Alright. And then with the Soul Ring and the phase boots, I don't play Brewmaster, so I can't say. I don't know the like ins and outs of him and his build and how it looks against other ones, so I'm not gonna try and comment on that. Because it'd just be like misleading. I probably would say though, the strength is good and the health regen is good, but it's also delaying your blink dagger a lot. So unless it's gonna make you like dominate the lane, I would probably avoid it.
Okay.
Hey, come on. So what about is your MMR right now?
3K.
Gotcha. How long have you been there?
I play a lot of ranked, and I definitely play a little bit differently in ranked than normally. But
Fuck.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Sure. download's taking forever, and I tried to look around at some stuff, and I think it screwed up the download.
Can we download multiple replays at the same time?
We could download one while I'm watching another one, I think, but I can't download multiples, or I think last time I don't know why this one's taking so long, but I think, actually, let me stop sharing my screen on Skype, that might help a little bit.
Okay.
If you download multiples, it just stops the latest one. Like, I tried to download 3 for a student once, and it didn't download any of them. So, do you have any questions so far that we can talk about while we're waiting for this? I don't know why it's being so slow.
Generally, I think my biggest problem is understanding when to fight and when not to fight. In some heroes, it's more obvious, like Brewmaster, when your ult is up, obviously you want to fight. But some heroes, it's not quite so obvious.
Okay.
Especially when you're losing.
Yeah, I don't know why this isn't working. The replay, it's saying looking for replay, and now it's saying.
Oh, let's go to the Doom one.
It's the latest one.
The latest one, yes.
It's it. You went Phase Boots, Blink Dagger, Blade Mail, BKB Halberd.
We lost the mid lane and the safe lane, so let's see if there was something I could have done to help prevent that.
This shit's being weird too, I think. We might have to call it here, because this is, like, wasting a lot of time, and I don't want to waste your time. If this doesn't download in the next minute, I'm just going to probably call this session, unless you want to wait more. I just, like, feel bad that it's taking forever.
Why don't we just give it another 5 minutes?
Sure.
See if it works or not.
Yeah. Doom, I haven't played him also in the new patch. I don't know how he fares, and I think might be a little bit worse now that you can't eat a neutral creep at 1 minute, or at 30 seconds, you have to wait till 1 minute. But this game, did they have a carry windrunner? Is that?
I forgot how the lanes played out.
Could be a carry OD mid windrunner and then off lane.
It was a carry OD.
Okay, that's a little bit more normal.
And mid Skywrath.
Then where'd the windrunner in the? All right, I don't know. We'll see when we get into it.
He was in the off lane.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm scared to, like, look at your items and shit, because last time I did that, it messed up the download again. So I'm just, like, sitting here looking at the dire victory. I've never had this problem with downloading replays. And these are recent too, so it shouldn't be, like, running out of time or anything. Here, let me close Dota one more time and try it again. See if that helps at all. I'm gonna close Skype too real quick. See if that has anything to do with it. I'll call you in a sec. Alright, yeah, it's just leaving me with the blank bar.
Okay.
So and then it's doing some weird ass flicker shit. I can try and download this, and we can like take a break for a little bit, and then come back and see if the download worked in like 15 minutes, so we don't waste too much time. If you want to try that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright.